The behaviours that I find the most frustrating are just real low-level ones really, pupils talking and talking to people that are on task and actually making them off task, people out of their seat. Quite often the children will get up and just follow you around. I'll turn around and there'll be 5 children behind me. That can just be a bit irritating really.
Behaviour that I would consider cause for concern are outbursts within the classroom, of refusal of work and delaying tactics for doing work. Those have been the main issues that I have covered and observed.
Mostly they respond to the positive praise, and if they see other children getting positive praise for their behaviour, they tend to just carry on with that behaviour. Sometimes if they're completely distracted though, you need to either give a quick look or you can use the sanctions as well, which I think sometimes there's a time and a place for them. And we use things like zone boards, so they all start off in green zone. They'll have a warning for their behaviour, and if they carry on then they move down the zone boards. But they can earn their way back up as well, so every time they are behaving well they can earn a smiley face, so that there's always that sort of method to get back into the green zone for positive behaviour.
I'll try and make it clear to the children that if they've got a problem they need to raise their hand, they shouldn't be out of their seat at any point, and I'll always make that clear throughout the lesson, just constantly reinforcing it. And I'll say to the children, you know, if you are speaking, if I catch anybody speaking, then it will be a warning automatically, and that normally gets them back on task straight away. I'd say the children respond mainly to just positive strategies. If they've got something to work towards, for example, I've said the first person to get 15 stars on their sticker chart can get a little reward, they'll have something to work towards. So just be as positive as possible and they respond really well. The hardest part of managing behaviour, I just think, is keeping your patience and just not minding having to repeat things over and over again, just reinforcing things.
Keeping positive all the time is really hard, especially if you've got that irritating or frustrating. And it is low-level behaviour, but it's just always there. So keeping positive all the time can be a problem, but it does work, being positive, so you've just got to keep going, keep persevering.
The skills, I'd say, would just be to keep calm. If you let the children get to you and you get frustrated, they're almost winning in a way. You need to stay calm, and that would be the biggest skill, I'd say, would be not to take it personally.
First of all, it can be really disheartening, and it's very easy to get into a cycle of thinking it's my fault, it's something I'm doing. Be aware there are plenty of tools that you can use, there are plenty of different strategies you can use, and one that works for one child will not necessarily work for them all. And I was once told by a mentor to not smile until Christmas. That is the best piece of advice I've ever had, because I ignored it. It's a load of rubbish. You have to get to know the child, and they have to know their boundaries. They have to know that their choices carry either a reward or a sanction, and to basically not get hooked into a shouting culture where you're shouting and yelling at the child because you leave yourself nowhere to go, but into a downward spiral where you go home with a headache at the end of the day. It's not worth going there.